And it's really hard to like think about like giving up like what you built to somebody and making sure they manage it like you intended. We bought properties where we didn't know like, oh, there's a prostitution ring. Or like, oh, I actually bought a crack house.
Right.
Like, and these are real situations. So like you can say like, oh, I'm thick-skinned, I can do it, but like you're never ready for that call, that intense emergency call. And so you just have to breathe. And I feel like I've done really good at breathing, but this last event.
Yeah. In property management, we see a lot of crazy things happen, and we do as much as we can to control them, but there's no way we can. I mean, I could share some stories off camera that are pretty I think traumatic to some of our team that are completely out of our control that have happened in the past few weeks and months. But
if you're a parent, especially, like you want to call CPS, like you want to, and honestly, from buying them already rented, you do not pick the person.
Yeah.
So, understand what you're buying, but if you let them live that way, then they're just going to make it worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're actually helping them now. So, sorry about that. But yes, so I feel like you just have to set boundaries and standards and understand like you're not doing anything to them. They're making choices and you have to keep your standards. So I'm working with like 6 different property managers right now. So as I've been building, it's like I've gone through some bad property managers.
Of course. And
it's really hard to like think about like giving up like what you built to somebody and making sure they manage it like you intended. Because that's the other thing. The other thing I'm working on is like thinking like you can do it better, like you have time for it. You know, like first of all, I'm not the best at property management, but it's really, I think you have that worry of letting control go. And I've had partnerships not work out. I've had situations where I've lost money. I've had things happen where it really impacts, you just got to have a standard for yourself and, be ethical, right? Like we've ran into a lot of different people in this business where you think it's something, but it's way different. So I just think having the network really helps you get through it. So the stress for me, I am doing more like meditation, more, touching ground, working on grounding, just really putting your feet in the dirt, but just really trying to get into the nature, I think helps me. But yeah, for sure, it's the network and encouragement, because some days I'm like, Martine, like, can you talk this through? Or, I know I've called you, or like just sharing has been so helpful. And taxes, like learning all of that. You and I know, like it's just hard to find your way and what's real. Thankfully, we have Chat GPT now where we can have like conversations, like explain this. But, your network is really everything in this business to get you through the stressful times, the next chapter. So, I hope that we do give more of the property management out. I think that would help a lot, but baby steps.
One of the hardest things I think about property management is there are hundreds of decisions that we have to make each day or each week or whatever, depending on the size of portfolio or whatever. But there are all kinds of decisions we have to make. Almost nothing is black and white, because you're dealing with humans and the way they live and the different things they're dealing with. It could be a terminal illness, it could be a murder, it could be a divorce, it could be just someone broke their leg or whatever, has medical bills, it could be relocation, it could be just someone not understanding their lease, or someone getting older, or someone just anything that happens to humans. We have to deal with that. And the thing is your client, the landlord, will think about it some way. The property manager will think about it some way. They're not the same person. So the result may be similar. Ideally, the result is similar, but how you get there might be differently. And that's really hard for some landlords to understand. It's like, well, we chose to do this because this is what we think gets us to the result better based on our experience. But this landlord might say, I own 100 properties and I've been doing this for a while. Yeah. I've always done it this way and this has always worked. So why did you go this way?
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where it's like, it's same in business. When you hire team members, like employees, you kind of say, if they can make decisions 80% as good as I can as the business owner, chances are we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Now you want them to be 98%. Like you want to get it as close as possible. So there's relentless training. There's relentless like leading by example and getting involved and integrated in the company at all times.